Hi, I'm Panda Hershey, and I coach entrepreneurs using astrology to make smart decisions with their time and energy so that their businesses don't feel like they're sucking the life out of them. Welcome to the March 5th Coffee and Charts call, where we talk about how we are approaching Mercury retrograde and how to use this time to be with the right people. These people are the ones who are going to listen when we have something important to say. And one key tip to being heard over the next couple months, just keep it simple and introductory. Listen to our conversation so you'll know what to do day by day, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so let's dive right in. So, where are we right now? Just to recap, um, a few things are going on. Probably the biggest thing is that the Mercury portal is open. Now, where is Mercury? Mercury is this little green line, and here is the symbol for it here. And it started back in Pisces and it's moving forward this way. And look, um, if you subscribe to space.com or get their emails or any of those things, you may hear people talking about this lineup of the planets. And some of them are these. And what is so cool, it's like you can see they're all hovered on one side on this of the sun, so we can see them. Because when some are on the other side, what it means is we can't see them at night together. Does that make sense? And so it's almost like if you're walking by a park and all of a sudden there's like all this commotion with a bunch of dogs and you cannot help, and then their owners are all running over there, you can't help but turn to see what's happening. And that's kind of what's going on right now is there is this whole bunch of planets gathered over here. They will all be there for a little while together, so you haven't missed your chance to see them. And we're paying attention, our bodies are paying attention whether we're looking at it or not. And that's what we get to experience. So, Venus here has gone retrograde. It just started a few days ago. So, if Mercury is moving in this direction and Venus is moving in that direction, at some point they'll cross. And there's just a whole bunch of stuff going on here. What else am I forgetting? Okay, and then Mars here. It looks like I think of this if everything is moving in this direction. Here's Mars over here, and it started to move forward about a little over a week ago. So I almost think of it as being in the lead, and it's like pulling us forward and saying, "Come on, guys, let's get going." And hopefully you can feel that momentum inside you. So, where are we going over the next 2 weeks? I hope this is landing. Does this kind of make sense that there's a cluster of energy in one area of your life? Okay. Well, for a few days, we're nothing, life will chug along, I will just say. And oh, during this time, the sun is over here in this middle part of Pisces. And if you recall, this is where Saturn was most of last year, is in this middle part of Pisces. And this means that right now, you might be spending a lot of time with your crew, the people who understand what you are implementing this year to meet the new paradigm. And so if you haven't had a chance to hang out with them and understand what's going on with them and how you guys can support each other on the day-to-day stuff, this is a great week to do that. And they might be teammates. They might be the person that you met at a group and you're both kind of going through the same thing and you just want to chit chat and talk and be in touch with each other. This is a great week to hang out, whether in person or on a Zoom call or something. Um, and so that energy is also kind of going on. So on the 9th, the sun will finish moving through that portal, and that is next Sunday. So, all week, if you can spend time with the people who get it, who are going to support you in the day to day stuff, whatever you're implementing, this is a, a natural thing to do if you feel drawn to do that. And then on the 11th, I talked about Mercury moving forward, Venus moving backward, and they will cross over each other at 9 degrees of Aries. And so, what that means is all this time you may be talking or thinking about, what am I trying to tell people? And if Venus is going backwards at that same spot and they meet up, it's about what are people able to receive. So this is a great day to put your message out there, to do something consciously, to say, I'm gonna speak out. I'm gonna maybe put a post out, go live, talk to a bunch of people, gather people together and talk about it and keep it surface level. And people will be primed to receive it. So that might be a really good day to schedule something. Shannon, welcome. It's great to have you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah. So just think about that. A good time for even maybe a little gathering of a small group of people to say, hey, we all have these ideas. What is actually going to work for all of us? Let's get together and talk about it. Let's hear everyone's ideas, and the ones that everyone can like get on board with. Those might be the ones we need to really think about and explore. The next day, on the 12th, the sun will cross over Saturn at 22 degrees of Pisces. Cool day to go look in the sky. If you've got a good way to view that day, hopefully it's clear. And uh, that will be an energy of saying, okay, I am kind of done with a certain type of energy. I don't need that energy around me anymore. As I move forward, I am stepping into the energy I want to have. And it'll be a little bit of a progressive thing. But if you feel ready to say, I don't need to be in that group anymore. It's not aligned with where I'm going. It's not part of my journey anymore. It's a great day to turn in your resignation letter, basically, or just decide I'm not going to be there. I don't know if anyone's feeling that these days. And then on the 13th, this year's Neptune portal opens. And Neptune is effortless ability. I think of it as like the support of the ocean, the support of the universe to bring in the people that you need, because that's Pisces, the people who get it at a very deep level. And as it moves into Aries, it'll be in not too long a time, it will be about letting your message land, an effortless ability to bring one little thing to people's attention. So that energy is coming to support you. You just have to use this current Mercury portal to figure out what is the thing you want to tell people. On the 14th, Mercury goes retrograde. So it's really quick. It's just 2 weeks from the 1st to the 14th that Mercury is moving forward. And it's going to head backwards this way back into Pisces. And so this is going to put a halt to all the progress you feel like you're making to get people to pay attention. So if you think back to the 11th, where you kind of put it out there and people were getting it, you might think, oh my God, I'm on a roll. I like to think of if you can take that day as, all right, I've done my best. I'm going to be bold that day. I'm going to take whatever information I can get out of that. And then I'm going to sit with it and test it and be creative with it and try things out. That's what the Mercury retrograde will help you do. And on that same day, the sun will have moved in farther into Pisces to get to 24.5 degrees where the Venus portal begins. And so we'll see this progressive sun moving through a bunch of these portals, but it is doing something to be with the people that you enjoy, the people who get it. And um, this kind of begins this period of time where a lot of things are going to unfold, I think, just globally, of being in the company of people who understand. And all of us will get to experience that. On the 15th, the sun will move into this year's Saturn portal, and it will be about, okay, I'm surrounded by all these people that I get, and we all get each other, but which ones am I going to focus on? Because that's going to be a lot of people. And how am I going to discern like my pod in that group? And who will be sticking around for a little bit longer? Who might be a long-term part of my pod? And the next day, it moves into the Mercury portal. So now, what am I doing to be able to think about them and be aware of their feelings and think about what I want to say to them? What are discussions going to be like? And this begins your experimentation period of what am I doing to get in, like to find the crowd, to um, be with them and attract them. So I hope that that makes sense. Is you're getting people's attention and you're noticing who's getting it, and those are going to be your indicators of who to hang out with. And then finally, the sun enters last year's Neptune portal, and it may feel like things start to finally click. Like you are in connection with the people that you've been trying to um, really make a deeper resonance, have a deeper resonance with. And it may feel like it's taken a year to get here because it has. And things will start to effortlessly, hopefully, unfold. Then on the 19th, the sun will enter this year's Neptune portal and cross over Neptune. And if you are in I think, a different time zone than I am in California, the sun will actually go into Aries on the 19th. But here in California, it's so late that it goes into Aries very early on the 20th. And that's what we see happening. Oops, on that day. Oh, that's why. The 19th is the day we meet again. So this these last days from the 14th to the 19th, they're just be mindful of the energy of the people around you and globally. We'll start to feel more sensitive to the people around us. It will just get deeper and deeper. And somehow the 19th and 20th, things will start to emerge as I got to do something, whether it's you or the person next to you or someone you know. We'll go back one more time and let you watch that unfold. And things to watch are just Mercury moving forward, which is the green, Venus moving backward, they'll cross over, the sun moving forward, and just having this whole bunch of planets right in this area. Okay, move that to the side. All right, here we go. All right. And this is when we meet again. It's perfect timing. So, overall, being mindful of who you are spending time with over the next 2 weeks will be really helpful in terms of being with people who are supportive of your journey of where you're going to meet this new paradigm. And because there is so much of this energy in Aries right now, when you feel seen and heard, then you know you're with the right people. When people are ignoring you completely, then it's time to like wiggle out of that and maybe find a different crowd. Or if you have to be with those people, it's getting some feedback from someone else on ideas to be able to get their attention, that kind of thing. But this is how you'll know. Um, you'll also know when you're with the right people, when they are supporting you to evolve into the self that needs to meet this new paradigm. It's calling on you to change how you show up, to expand your awareness. And are you with those people now? Uh, on March 11th, a great day to speak your truth boldly. And today, you may not know what that is. But if you set aside that space to say, I know I'm going to do something that day, what you'll say will come. And just think about what the way you might want to do that. And then when the Mercury retrograde begins, um, I have a button in the way here, so I can't see it. There we go. Step into the groups where you know you belong. So um, this is all a time of figuring out who you need to be with. And that's why this portal, this Mercury portal, is so key for setting yourself up for the whole year. Are you with the right people? Are you with the people who hear you and pay attention to you? And hopefully you're getting an inkling of that now. So, just to recap, between now and next Sunday, spending time with your team, be with your new crew for 2025, and let everyone's inspiration come out. Let everyone speak what they have to, and um, so that you can support each other and also give advice to each other, maybe a little coaching. March 11th, that's the day that Mercury crosses over Venus at 9 degrees of Aries. Speak boldly. Get ready to do that. On the 12th, the Sun will cross over Saturn over here at 22 degrees of Pisces. So it's a time to act mindfully on that discernment about who gets to be around you. What energy can you deal with, basically? And what is that used to be okay and now it's not? Or this energy I totally want to be in, and this is where I'm headed. That is also another way it works. On the 13th, the Neptune portal opens to allow the people you need to be around you and to hear your message. And that will be a 13-month journey. And on the 14th, Mercury will go retrograde. And so just remember, you're going to be feeling like you're making progress and then it will hit a wall. But it's just a time to reflect on what you've been able to say, how it lands, and to experiment with better ways and more ways to do it. And then on from the 14th until we meet again, it is this progressive movement of the sun entering all these portals, essentially bringing all of that energy together so that as you feel more and more sensitive to the people around you, it is who's coming in, who can I actually hang out with before it gets to be too much? What do we need to talk about? And how can I just allow it to be and trust that these are the right people? Some tips to thrive. If you're starting to feel more and more sensitive over the next 2 weeks, that would be very normal. And the more connected you can feel with the people around you, the more the easier it is for you to speak your truth. And that's why being with the right people is so important during this time of change. March 11th, great day to be bold. And then just remember that this underlying energy of 2025 is asking you to change how you show up. You get to do it, and you get to expand your awareness. And there is this untapped potential inside you waiting to come out to meet this new paradigm. And that will start to unfold after this portal is done, after the Mercury portal is done. And one last thing. I think many of you know this already, that Mercury retrograde is a time to get creative. And if you are struggling to feel seen and heard right now, then this particular Mercury retrograde can help you find the right people and the right words. And in 45 minutes, if you have never done my Mercury masterclass training, come join us. It's a lot of fun to just take that fog and frustration that you can sometimes feel, that overwhelm, and get some clarity. So just DM me at, especially if you're on the replay, DM me on Instagram to get the Zoom link. All right. Questions. Can you guys feel it all starting to come together? It's going to take like another week or more for it to really start to hit, but you've got some time, and hanging out with your crew will help a lot.
I have a question.
Sure, Faith.
So, is there any such thing as like wiggle room or energy bleeding from one day to the next? For example, like instead of the 11th, is that energy felt a day prior? I have an important meeting on the 10th, and
Sure.
I'm wondering if what that could mean in relation to the 11th.
The 10th absolutely could be close enough. You've done some of the like trainings with the cards, right? That we've done. And when things are close enough together, they feel like they're almost the same. So I think that's in the window, whether it's the day before or the day after, that it's going to be close enough.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
exciting. Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Be bold and keep it surface level. That's the thing, to be bold but not overwhelm, because it's only at, 9 degrees of Aries. They can only take so much. Does that
Awesome.
does that make sense? So
Yes,
you,
that's really helpful. Yeah, thank
yeah,
you.
what has been coming to mind is the movie Inception, where you're just planting the seed in their dreams, right? You want them to think it's their idea.
Ooh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm, I'm going to
yeah.
write that note. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? I love the coaching part.
This is very helpful, Panda. Thank you. I know I've missed the last couple of sessions, but just the overview and kind of what to look out for and the opportunity. I think it's very it gives me hope.
Good, good. That's I'm hearing that from a lot of people, that they've been waiting. They feel like they're the ones who know what's going on, and no one is paying attention, and the people are flailing. I don't know if this relates. And it's about to be the time where people are ready to hear.
It's great.
Good. Anyone else? All right. Well, um, when we meet again, it may be a very, very intense time. And I'm glad that we'll get to be together. This is a safe space, and come with your questions as always. You are also invited to email me or reach out to me. If you don't know how to get a hold of me, at least DM me on Instagram, and then, we can find a way for you to get in touch with me to give me a question that I could address on that call, because my guess is there will be some. It will be an intense time. Okay. Love you all. Have
Love
a
you
great
too.
day.
Thank you, Panda.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Panda.
Yep. I hope you feel prepared to move easily over the next 2 weeks. You might feel increasingly sensitive to the people around you, but it's only going to help you land your message. And if you'd like to discover my 5 Mercury retrograde hacks to be seen, heard, and acknowledged, then come join my free Mercury retrograde training. Just DM me Mercury at on Instagram at It's Panda Hershey, and I'll send you the link. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.